the subscribe button if you don't want me to come at night.
Imagine, if you dare, the chilling prospect of working the graveyard shift at an abandoned prison. The echo of footsteps resounds through the empty halls as the moonlight casts eerie shadows on the decaying walls. This is no ordinary place of work. This is a relic of a bygone era, a monument to society's outcasts and criminals, now forsaken and left to the mercy of time and weather. Meet our brave, or perhaps foolish, protagonists. A dedicated team of security guards entrusted with the solemn duty of the night watch. The darkness is their companion, the silence their confidant. They spin tales, each more spine-tingling than the last, of unexplained noises that shatter the silence, of shadowy figures flitting in the corner of their eyes. Each story wraps the night in an additional layer of suspense, weaving a tapestry of fear and anticipation. As the sun sets, the guards steel themselves for another night in the menacing prison, unaware of the horrors that await them. As the night deepens, the prison comes alive with the echoes of its troubled past. In the chilling darkness, the guards find themselves surrounded by an orchestra of sounds that seem to emerge from the very walls. The silence of the abandoned prison is broken by the resonant clanging of cell doors, a sound that reverberates through the lifeless corridors. It's as if the spectral prisoners are still confined, their restless spirits demanding to be heard. The guards exchange glances, their brows furrowed with unease. The rational part of their minds tries to dismiss these sounds as the simple creaking of an old building, but something deep within them whispers that this is not the case. Then, a new sound joins the symphony of the night, disembodied voices whispering in the darkness. The words are indistinct, an unintelligible murmur that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. The guards strain their ears, trying to make sense of the ghostly chatter, but the voices only grow louder, more insistent. Suddenly, the unmistakable sound of footsteps echoes through the empty corridors. Slow, deliberate steps that grow louder with every passing moment. The guards stand frozen, their hearts pounding in their chests. They know there is no one else in the building, yet the sounds continue, growing ever closer. The tension in the air is palpable, the horror atmosphere thick enough to cut with a knife. The guards exchange uneasy glances, their hands trembling slightly. They are seasoned professionals trained to deal with threats of the physical world. But how does one combat shadows and echoes from the past? As the strange occurrences continue, the guards find themselves grappling with a fear they can't quite define, a fear of the unknown. They question their senses, their sanity, and their courage. The prison, once a symbol of order and discipline, has turned into a theater of the unexplainable and the terrifying. With their nerves on edge, the guards begin to question whether they are truly alone. In the chilling depths of the prison, something lurks in the shadows. A shiver of unease snakes its way down your spine as you imagine the spectral figures that haunt this forsaken place. The guards, hardened by their nocturnal duties, are no strangers to the prison's eerie atmosphere, yet they are not immune to the bone-chilling dread that accompanies the sight of these shadowy apparitions. The guards would often recount their encounters with these elusive figures. One moment they'd be there, lurking at the edge of their vision, the next vanished without a trace. The only evidence of their existence, the lingering chill in the air and the pounding of the guards' hearts in their chests. Don, a seasoned guard with more than 20 years under his belt, spoke of a time when he had spotted a figure in the solitary confinement cell. A spectral prisoner, he said, that seemed to be serving a sentence long after his mortal coil had been shed. With wide, fearful eyes, he watched as the figure paced the cell, rattling invisible chains, a specter trapped in a loop of ceaseless torment. Then there was the tale of young Ricky, a rookie who had only recently joined the night shift. He had been making his rounds when he spotted a shadowy figure in the mess hall. The figure was seated, its form hunched over as if in silent prayer or desperate plea. The figure looked up, its eyes empty voids, and Ricky felt an icy grip on his heart. He blinked, and the figure was gone, leaving him alone in the chilling silence. The guards' fear escalated with each encounter. They came to realize that these figures were not mere figments of their imagination. They were the spirits of past inmates, trapped within the prison's gloomy walls, doomed to repeat their transgressions in an endless loop of spectral punishment. As terror grips them, the guards can't shake the feeling that they're being watched. Every creak of the floor, every whisper of the wind, every flicker of the lights serves as a reminder that they are not alone. In the chilling depths of the prison, the shadowy figures wait, ever watchful, ever present. As dawn approaches, the guards face their most terrifying encounter yet. Picture this. The once humming fluorescent lights flicker and die, plunging the abandoned prison into an abyss of darkness. The eerie silence of the night is cut short by a blood-curdling scream. It's a sound that penetrates the thick, cold prison walls, a sound so chilling it could freeze your blood in its veins. The guards, their hearts hammering in their chests like wild drum beats, are thrust into a world of shadows and fear. They fumble, scramble, their flashlights slicing through the inky blackness as they race toward the source of the scream. Each step echoes through the empty corridors, amplifying their dread. The suspense tightens like a noose around your neck. It's a race against time, a desperate search in the dark. As the scream fades into the night, the guards are left in darkness, their hearts pounding in fear. What will they find when the lights return? Stay tuned to find out.
Hit the subscribe button if you don't want me to come at night.